Welcome back to another cast with Trend Following Tyson. And, well, I'm excited. Business as usual, guys. So, we'll get in here and check out these markets, right? And we're going to see what trends. We'll update the trend picture. But I've been listening to some audio from Mike Covell this weekend, so I'm really amped up about, trading the trend and, all the wonderful possibilities inside of that whole trend following thing. I absolutely love it. So the market being in a trend is the main thing that eventually gets us in a trade. So I don't want anyone to be confused about what trends we're following and why we're following these trends and that, and the third, because let me give you some history from Richard Dennis. Richard Dennis is him and William Eckhart were the ones that put the turtle trader thing together, right? Okay, and they're the ones who started training all the turtle traders. So, and they trained some of the most successful traders of our time, like I told you. But one of the other main important things is that Jerry Parker is one of these turtle traders who's made quite a lump sum. Let alone from ECYT and Richard Dennis and some of the other guys involved in the turtle trader movement. So it's very important that I think it's important that we take whatever Richard Dennis has to say kind of like into Q. We need to take it under consideration. We need to try to understand what process is he talking about. We need to kind of implement this inside of our trend following process. So the market being in a trend is the main thing that eventually gets us in a trade. So we're hunting trends. We're looking for trends to trade. We're looking for trends to go long on, okay? That is a pretty simple idea. It's that simple. Being consistent and making sure you do that all the time is probably more important than the particular characteristics you use to define the trend. Whatever method you use, let me scroll down. All right? Listen here, guys. Whatever method you use to define the trend is probably more important okay, sorry about that. Being consistent and making sure you do that all the time is probably more important than the particular characteristics you use to define the trend. So, doesn't matter what characteristics you're using to define the trend, okay? It's just making sure that you find the trend and that you get on it. Whatever method you use to enter trades, the most critical thing is that if there's a major trend, your approach should ensure that you get in that trend. Whatever method you use to enter trades. He's talking about it doesn't matter if you're entering these trends on a breakout, if you're entering these trends on a pullback with rising volume over an increasing moving average, or with rising volume over an increasing a rising moving average, rising volume, whatever the case may be. New 52-week highs, Nicholas Darvis, all right, long-term pullbacks. It doesn't matter what characteristic you use to enter these trends. The thing is that you need to get into these damn trends. You can't afford to miss them. This is from Richard Dennis. So keep I'm not going to say keep chasing the trend. Keep trading the trend. Keep following the trends. Okay? And I'm going to get to one other quote that's going to give us the icing, and it's going to send us off into the trend picture. A good trend following system will keep you in the market until there is evidence that the trend has changed. All right? All right? A good trend following system will keep you in the market until there is evidence that the trend has changed. Which is why I said we stay long here until we get 3 to 4 lower lows, or until we get a cross below a moving average, until that trend has changed. Okay? We keep riding these trends until they have changed. I don't care if you knock off 50% of your trend after it has, circumnavigated the universe, the world, so to speak. But, the thing is that we ride these trends and we stay long until they crack. That's why we're still trading. That's why TNDM is still in our trend picture. HEAR is still in our trend picture. WWE is still in our trend picture. ENPH is still in our trend picture. Okay? Matter of fact, let's get into the trend picture. Beautiful stuff from Richard Dennis on how to make wealth trading these trends. This is the guy that taught. This is for people that say that trading can't be taught. Yes, it can be taught. Richard Dennis put an ad out in the newspaper, had traders apply to it, reply to it, train those traders. They became the turtle traders, and some of them are the best traders on the market today, still making millions over billions of dollars from being taught from answering a newspaper ad and then being taught by this man and William Eckhart, being taught trend following by this man, Jerry Parker, okay, Ed Sykota, Michael Marcus. There's some other trend followers out there, Bruce Kovner. All these processes are basically these trend following processes, and we're looking at them right here. You can still make millions off of them right here, listening to what he has to say from right here, and then us jumping into the trend picture. Not only are we looking at the mentality and the quote and the understanding and the main parts of this trend following, right? But we're looking at the actual trend as well. So let's get into the trend. All right. ENPH. We'll start off with ENPH. All right, you guys know the deal with this thing. I opened up a long on this thing this week, earlier this year, sometime last year. It was the ending of last year and this year, and then I noticed that we were bouncing and made an entry here. And all right, so this goes to show you to keep to stay with your winners. So we bounced here, and I kind of sold to my position out, and I failed to buy this breakout here, but I'm long on this breakout over 5. So we're riding in ENPH right now. It's still just having the same movements here. You see it starting to round up back here. See prices starting to round, getting ready to come back towards another higher high. So we're looking for ENPH to come up towards this, and it's a slow mover because it's rounding, of course. All right, so you still see this structure still rounding, kind of trading sideways, just a tad bit, but still rounding. All right, I think if we get another higher high, that'll put this rounding structure right back into place. Because as you see here, it kind of slid to the side and down, and then rounded, slid, and so that's all part of it. So this thing going upward, sliding to the side, going upward, sliding to the side is all part of this plan here. Same structure. So ENPH for continuation. CDMO, really good stock right now. I want to see what's going to happen with this. All right, really good stock right now. Let's see what happens with CDMO, guys. We're barely starting to get moving here from the bottom. So we had our little downtrend here, a little big drop, and then kind of consolidated, and then now we're breaking out of this range here. So we're already broke out of this little range that we were in, which was at 650 and around 650. Here it is, 663, 675. Now we've broken out it. We're at 607, and we've already chewed all the way through this gap here. So watch that thing. Excuse me, guys. Watch that thing to break through this level here. All right, I like the way that looks. Okay. CDMO. Let's closen up the picture really fast. Let's tighten it up a bit. Let's tighten it up. All right, here we go. So we're looking at some stops over here between 550. It was holding up 550 really well, and then now it's holding up this price here. So let's just give it some space, you guys. All right, and let that thing continue. But nice. Whenever I told you guys on this show, whenever you see a stock that does this, all right, gaps up in price. Here we go. Gaps up in price like this, and then holds all this. That's a strong stock. Okay, that's a really good long. So CDMO for continuation. HEAR, just a beast. Show you guys the price action on this thing to the upside, really consistent. Price action really consistent to the upside on this. Really consistent price action to the upside on HEAR. See that there. Let's go into a tighter time frame here. Okay. This happens on some charts. I don't know why. Anyways, guys, HEAR just a beast. Already inside of 27. Really just what else could you ask for from a stock on an uptrend? I mean, look at that. Pure strength, guys. I mean, look at that trajectory. You thought it was strong here, right? That's why I said this right here is like the main pattern that I follow here. We just heard from Richard Dennis. It doesn't matter what method you use to enter these trends, what patterns, what this and that. Just get in, all right? But look at, see how good this thing looked back here, which is what made me want to enter, which is what made our entry, why we had a trend line here. All right. Now look how good it looked good here, popping up, went parabolic. I remember I told you guys, sometimes when stocks start to look like they're lifting off, and make your entries before they go parabolic, because that's when things can really start to just barely start getting good. And then, I mean, this stock is just as strong here as it was here. All right? That's why you need to enter these trends. TNDM. So watch HER for continuation to hold 26, hold these levels here, and just continue on out. All right, TNDM. Looking really well. Kind of got inside of 27 this week and holding up this level, holding up 26. HER trading just a little bit stronger. But I like to bunch all these stocks up. So HEAR, TNDM, and Intelsat. All right, they're kind of all moving with each other. Okay, so beautiful stuff here on TNDM. Let me show you. So that's in the 3-month. Look how good that looks. Pan into the 5-day time frame. All right, so we're kind of just inside this little channel here. Price is just trading. Look for. Remember I told you guys last week. Look for a higher high above 26, and I think we got it. Because we're in this area now. Old resistance. Here's resistance. Kind of resistance here. Resistance here. Resistance here. So old resistance turned support. Now we're sitting on support. And just use this as support if you guys are barely making along on this. But I'm already long on this. I'm riding this whole wave since about $8. An entry at about 8, and I'm still riding this wave here. So watch for continuation on TNDM and HEAR. WWE, one of the better stocks on the market right now, one of the stronger stocks on the market, and one of the more consistent trading, regardless of whatever trade wars and tariffs and this and that. I mean, just ridiculous. I don't try to trade fundamentals and try to make, I don't try to beat the market and do all that kind of stuff. I have some pretty good guys in my trading room that make calls based on, some earnings releases and stuff like that. But, I just listen to Richard Dennis. I'm still just making entries off of trends, and that's just the bottom line. I'm still just making entries off of trends, and that's just how we're going to rock it out. That's how we're going to try to make an absolute return here. Just keep listening to what these guys have to say, and just keep doing the correct trend following processes. And all we need to hit is 3 out of 10, guys. We just need to hit 3 out of 10, and we're doing way over that. Most of these stocks that we're having on here are all winners. CDMO is a winner. ENPH is a winner. We showed you that thing at like $5. Okay, TNDM's a winner. WWE, we showed you that. I mean, all these stocks are winners. MNK, all these stocks are just winners. HEAR, these are all winners that we've been. So that's over 3. You know what I'm saying? Over 3 winners that we're trading here. Quite a few. All right. So, anyways, WWE. Looking really good, just strong as hell. Could be $100 stock soon. You know, you see what it did in 5 days, and we showed you this thing in the last month. We showed you this thing right over here at 7 when it first gapped up, and I said, damn, we missed this whole thing on we missed this whole damn move on WWE. And then once it gapped up, I said, okay, this thing may still be get to going when some higher highs came in. So there you have it. Another 13 bucks on WWE so far since we first showed it here. TRXC. I like WWE for continuation. You guys know, give it some buffer space. All right. Watch this thing. Let's see how it trades and make your entry. You can just make you a buy stop at 8.15, 8.25, and then make you a stop underneath this because it should be holding support at 82, 81.95, 81.75. Okay, should be holding support here though. See it holding support right there at 82. Okay, so I like that. WWE for continuation. TRXC. Just one of the more consistent stocks. I traded this earlier this year and it kind of made a move up here. All right, and then it came back on itself. But when I saw these higher highs coming in, I said, okay, we're looking. It looks like this stock, the move's back on, and it may be coming around here to challenge this for a next higher high above this. So just keep watching. If you made a long on TRXC, congrats, because this thing's still just just trading right up here through the gallops like it was doing back here. All right, I guess it took off too much to chew when it kind of went parabolic here, and it just was too much for it, and so now it's slowly grinding in this sentiment here, kind of digesting these prices sideways. Okay, so watch that thing for continuation, and then see what happens when it gets towards 6. See if it can knock this higher high down, or it may go into a channel or something like that. So if you're long at 450, take. I would knock a portion of my position off up there at 6 if we struggle at 6. Okay. ECYT. All right, just another one of the stronger stocks on the market. One of the more consistent stocks. We showed you guys this thing a while back. Still very consistent. All right, setting a new higher high above this, turning this resistance. See how it came here, buckled, came here, buckled. All right, now it shot through this and now it's sitting on it. Old resistance turning to support here. All right, so I like this for continuation. I like for this support to hold. Let's give it some space around 17, but it looks like it's holding this well. But look for continuation on ECYT. Could be a $20-something stock now. We showed you this thing over 2 months ago when it was at 13, inside this level here. So beautiful stock. ECYT for continuation. All right, watch for it to hold these levels inside of here. Should be holding these levels, support levels. Boom, boom. 16 and 1650. Okay. MNK. One of my favorite stocks. I'm long on this. Enjoying a ride on this MNK. All right, I showed you guys this thing when it was had this. All right, started making higher highs, and now look how far we've come. Jeez, since we broke out over this, now we're still continuing, and this is one of the more consistent stocks. All right, so watch MNK for continuation. Hold these winners until these winners reverse. There was no sign of reversal yet. No sign of reversal yet on MNK. Okay. Show you I'm just panning out, showing you guys what we're doing here. So we're inside of this gap here. See the bottom of the gap. This gap starts inside of $20, and then it goes up to 26. So we're inside of 22, approaching 22. All right, so watch this thing for continuation to keep chewing up inside this gap here. All right, MNK. FNKO, a lot of winners on this schedule right now, guys. A lot of winners on this schedule. Just bear with me, because we gotta stay with the winners. All right. So FNKO, a little pullback here. I'd be buying these if I was you guys, or if you're trend following this stock, or if you like this stock, whatever the case may be. I'd be buying these and for sake of interest inside this stock. If you have interest inside this stock, as you see, all these pullbacks are golden pullback. So buy these pullbacks when they come green. Okay. All right, FNKO. Remember I showed you guys this thing last week. Let's see how it looks. Alright, had a green day. Had a really nice green day. Opened at 420, closed at 443. So this thing's just continuing, guys. Alright. Wouldn't be surprised to see this thing keep rounding. Alright, give yourself, now you're going to have to tighten your stop up a little bit around 1370. Can't afford to wait for it to come all the way here now. You're going to have to tighten your stop up around 1380, 1375 because you have a new support level there. Alright, so watch that thing for continuation to keep rounding. BILI. Alright, BLFS. Remember, this stock kind of makes me sad every time I see it because I was trading it through here all year long, all year, and I just failed to make a buy stop on this thing, and then it just rallied all the way without me. Okay, so watch BLFS to break out above this for continuation. It's already coming to challenge it. So I like BLFS. Solid continuation on that uptrend. Doesn't matter what method you use to enter these trends, just get on board. Alright. OPK offering a lot of upside. Okay. OPK looking really well. Let me show you how it looked here on the yearly. Alright, so it reversed price. It was on a downtrend, down, 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 and then this major pop here was the startup. Not really a lot of rounding, but kind of curled, and then kind of curled really quickly, and then popped up. But this was the start of it. When it came down, then it just rallied. So watch this thing to finish this little pullback here. Don't know where it's coming. It could come to this trend line. You can basically draw a trend line from. Don't like drawing trend lines on this show. You can basically draw a trend line from there clearly up to, you know, around this area here. Okay, clearly draw a trend line from there to there. So prices could come to here. Okay, to match this thing here. Okay, prices could, prices could come here easily. So watch that thing to see how far it pulls back. If it pulls back here, this is going to make a wonderful entry. And it may not come all the way here, but it was definitely riding this very well. And then kind of popped up, came back to it. So it could pop up again and come back to it. And then just, you know, make your kind of meet this thing. Let it, in case it has too much momentum, stop yourself out below it, of course. And then this is the, what moving average is this? This is the 20. So it could just bounce off this 20, kind of keep moving up. It could come meet this 20 around here somewhere. All right. So watch OPK for continuation. CERS. Told you my guys, some trend following, you know, guys in the trend followers group, we were trading this thing back here really cheap, around $3, and then when it broke out of this little thing it was in, right, guys really took some longs on it, and I just didn't take a long on it. I had so many other stocks at the time, and I just didn't take a long, and here it is still. It's just as strong as it was here. It's as strong as it was here, up here. It goes to show you, if you buy a trend back here, doesn't mean anything, because it can, in 2, 5, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months later, 2 years later, it could be just as strong and still in the top right, and still a great buying point. $3 buy, right? Back here in last year of November is still a solid buy here in August of 2018. Shows you why you need to enter these trends. Why, like Richard Denner said, it doesn't matter what method you use, just enter these damn things, because you don't know where they're going. Listen sometimes, alright? It's the only how you're going to get ahead, especially in trend following. You need to listen to these trend following successors. these successful trend followers, these teachers, okay? Let's look at EGAN and then we'll look at YEXT, and then we'll close it up, and we'll see how the week starts out, and we'll come back here and update the trend picture, okay? EGAN kind of had this pullback, trading really well, and then pulled back major here, just major pullback, and I just cut damn near my whole position out when this happened. All right, and I took a lot of profits because I had this thing along from around 13, 12, 13, and then it went up to 20, and then when it came down to like 18 and 17.50, I was cutting my position out around 16.50, 17.50, something like that. So, but it's back. All right, having higher highs, this pattern already starting to continue back. You know, you guys seen these trends 100 times. They pull back like this. Look at the chart. This was just a more drastic than what it has been doing here, but it's still the same structure. It's still a major pop and a pullback, major pop and a pullback. So you could get a major pop and then a pullback. So watch for continuation. This is a lot of upside from $13.90, from $14 to $20, $19. That's a lot of upside. That's like 5.7 points. So watch this thing for continuation to come challenge these higher highs like it's been doing. Okay, challenging higher highs. You know, just read the chart. It's doing it the whole way through here. Okay. All right. So EGAN for continuation, and then I said YEXT. This could be, this artificial intelligence thing here with YEXT could be something very nice, very nice. So we traded it well up through here, but then it kind of buckled. We wanted it. We set buy stops for it to break through 20, and it never did. So our buy stops never got triggered, and a good thing that we set buy stops. We just don't chase things because we've been chasing this whole little ugliness. There's no higher highs here to trade. Okay. All right. So wait for YEXT to continue, for that picture to kind of clear up a little bit in here, and wait for this to clear up, get some higher highs going, and boom, business as usual. All right. So I'll be seeing you guys here in the middle of the week, and trade, you know, manage that risk, and, you know, keep trend following, guys. All right.